Hello guys and welcome to today's daily puzzle One False Step. Let's get right to it. So what do I see? Well, I see that a king that is at the edge of the board is still relatively safe despite being in close proximity to our pieces and our queen and even a rook that could sacrifice itself to deliver a check and our queen that has a plethora of ways to deliver checks. Now, sadly though, we can't use any of that because each of those, let's say we use rook, well then the king can capture. If we move our queen over here, then the king can escape, and so on and so on. Even if we move our queen over here, then the king can simply escape over here and slowly make its grand escape. I guess it can't move over there, but still the idea is there, and our queen is close to support. So what else can we do? Well, since we are also at a piece disadvantage, what makes sense not to sacrifice pieces, but we are going to do so anyway, as any move we can get closer to them is a good move, and it also threatens mate in 2. How so? Well, we have this pawn over here that we can slide forward attacking their bishop, but even more importantly, it also covers the escape square for the king in case we slide our queen back for this checkmate in that case. So let's see how they respond to that. Now, they do capture, but that once again opens up the escape for the king. As such, we have to look at another thing, and luckily we do have our queen still, which still can slide in over here to deliver a check. But by doing so, that would open up an escape for their king and as such lead to us losing our own rook. Which means that we have to bring our rook to safety, but we would preferably do so in a meaningful way. And as I just demonstrated, our queen has the mobility needed to deliver a check. So instead we are simply going to replace her duty of covering this square by using our rook. Now the king could theoretically move over, or rather they could theoretically move their rook over, but at that point we can simply capture with another check, force the king forward and then deliver checkmate. So they can't really do that. Instead, they decide to simply move their queen back in an attempt to create an escape square for their king once more, which is relatively safe. However, with the escape of the king being covered by our rook, that means that now we can easily bring our queen back under cover of our pawn to deliver checkmate. There we go. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.